our destination safely and on time. Thank you for choosing the Automotive Edge Airways, and I hope you'll follow us and use our services again in the future.
Are you ready for the show? I said, are you ready for the show? Ladies and gentlemen, the show you've all been waiting for. Please make welcome Kurt Chase and the Automotive Edge.
I'm giving you the clap.
Wow. What do you do when you have a dog named Boo?
It's the great Ron Washington says, you do what you do when you do.
That's right. That's right. I didn't realize that he was over 70 years old.
And he's doing a good job out in L.A. right now, too.
Yeah.
Kicking
He was
off.
a lot younger than that.
Yeah, he doesn't look that age.
No, he doesn't.
Well, he's takes care of himself, I guess, for now. Maybe he didn't back when he was at the Rangers. But
A lot of pressure.
yeah, definitely.
Thanks for joining us here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show, the show that helps you with all your automotive needs, whether you're buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, service, and body shop. Today we are here live, highly accurate Fort Worth. I think Maddie knows somebody that works here.
Well, if she admits it.
Maddie, how are you this morning?
I'm doing fantastic
The
because it's
producer
raining.
of
I love it.
producers that sets the standards of producers, the great Maddie Gomez.
Yeah, she should win the Rookie of the Year award.
She should.
I mean, of all of the world, not just in Texas.
All of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
What an award.
World
Wouldn't that be good?
Rookie of the Year
Would you
award
be
in
excited?
producing talk shows.
I would just be excited to have an award to put
Period.
on my nightstand.
We'll get her an
Yeah.
award.
Even if it's a participation trophy.
No. No participation.
Yeah, my dad he would always get mad. Why are you happy with participation?
Yeah,
because I got
exactly.
included, Dad. I was included.
Yeah, a lot of these organizations are kind of getting away from that. They realize it didn't really help.
Yeah, I like the dad. He takes that metal bar and he rips it off that trophy and he gets that Sharpie and he puts first place on it. Puts it on his kid's trophy shelf.
Yeah, make him feel really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, we never, my boys, they would go by the trash can and just dump it.
Yeah.
And I said, y'all can't do that while people are watching. And
Yeah,
this guy goes, he's throwing an award. I said, buddy, we don't do participation trophies.
Well,
We don't. We don't do ribbons, pins, nothing. If it's not a place, then keep
if
it.
it's not the legit thing you're getting, first place
Yeah.
or whatever, then, it's out.
Yeah, because I had 3 boys in sports at one time, and all the participation stuff went to the garbage. We didn't bring anything home. If it wasn't some brass,
Yeah, if it didn't really mean that.
went to the landfill.
Exactly.
Hey, thanks for joining us here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show. We are here today live, highly accurate Fort Worth. Come on out and see North American Car of the Year, the new Acura Integra, and they got the big bad boy on the showroom floor with all the horsepower you need to fly around the great city of Dallas and Fort Worth. And a whole lot more. The RDX, the MDX, the TLX, A-Spec. I mean, they've got it all. And they are ready for delivery. We're going to be here till the noon hour, so come on out. Bo could probably use a hug today. You need a hug today, Bo?
I need a lot of hugs.
So come on out, give Bo a hug. Hug his neck.
I would love that.
Yeah. So we were at the, supposed to be at Connor's Car Show, and that did not work out today because of the rain.
Yes, sir. It did.
We just couldn't do it. So we are here and glad to be here. Hopefully David will show up. The odds are...
Yeah, let's talk about the odds. Let's talk to Maddie about the odds.
Maddie, what do you think the odds of your dad showing up are?
Well, we had this conversation yesterday after work.
With him?
He was like, yeah, because my mom was asking if he was going to show up, and he was like, I don't know, who's to say? And my mom's like, what do you mean, who's to say? Like, how do you not know you're not going to show up? He's like, if it like allows me, sure.
If it
What
allows.
allows you?
Yeah,
He's
that's
like, if everything allows me to go on time.
so.
Well, that's the gig. When you're the managing partner, you kind of, write your own ticket.
Well, first of all, let's ask Maddie, what would you, based on that data, percentage it to be?
I think he's going to show up maybe like about an hour and a half to 2 hours before your show ends.
Wow.
But he won't go on until maybe like an hour.
Well, we always
on.
love having him here. He brings a lot of data and information and personality and fun, and so it's always great to have him here. So what's your thought?
Oh, we won't have him on the show.
He won't be on. He said,
I can't afford him.
I'm going to say he will. I'm going to say he will show. Wow. Although the weather,
he will.
The weather might
He'll say hi.
The weather might, change his mind, but we'll see. I hope he will. I love David.
I love David. David's my buddy.
And I bet
I do too.
Well, that's good to
If
know.
you love David like I love David, wah, wah, wah.
If y'all want to tune in with us also, besides Talk Radio 1190 AM, you can join us on the Facebook pages, the Automotive Edge Facebook page, Shifting Gears Facebook page, and the newly added YouTube. And then we share them on our own personal pages, Kurt Chase and my personal page, Bo Carver. So join us. You make a comment. Charles Davis has already said good morning, Kurt and Bo.
Up and rocking he is.
Out in Lubbock, well, I don't know. He lives in Lubbock. I don't know if he's actually out there right now.
He's out there. We had the car show canceled, and Charlie was going to make a run at it, but luckily we got everybody the information not to come out to the car show. They are doing the crawfish crawl.
I didn't get it. I didn't get the notification.
We weren't going to tell you.
I just came here just because the Lord led me.
Yeah, okay, go there. You go there. Let me slide over a little bit because it is lightning out there. Well, it's the Automotive Edge Radio Show. We're here to help you with all your automotive needs, whether you're buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, service, or body shop. We are here to help and make sure you are taken care of. Good morning, my old buddy, Keith Cornell. Hadn't heard from him in a while. Good to have you on board. Keith Cornell was the first guy I took.
That's a cool name too.
Keith Cornell.
That could be like a country singer star.
I bet Keith sings country.
Keith Cornell, welcome everybody. The all-star country.
Put your hands together.
Exactly.
Let's welcome him on stage, Keith Cornell.
There it is. Perfect.
He was the first guy I took a dip of snuff with.
And the last time too.
Oh, wait. I don't know. I bet he doesn't even remember that. I took a dip of snuff with him.
Well, you do, don't you?
Oh, it was ugly. It was ugly. But good to have you on board.
I didn't do the snuff, but I did the cheek, the stuff between your cheek and gum, the skull brother.
That's what I'm talking about. Snuff. We call it snuff.
Well, I thought that's chewing tobacco. I thought that was snuff.
No, skull, brother.
Oh. Yeah, that's let me up, baby.
Yep. Yeah, I did do Bull of the Woods chewing tobacco when I was hauling hay. Oh, Paw, he'd cut you off a little plug so you keep your mouth moist. And, man, here I am staggering out there with these bales of hay. That stuff made me dizzy.
Well, I gave it to my horses to get rid of, to prevent getting worms. And when I first gave it to my horse, his eyes started rolling to the back of his head. He just felt really good, baby. Well, he didn't have worms, I can tell you that.
You gave it to him to eat?
Yeah, you just brought it up and let him eat it.
No, you didn't.
Yes, sir. Look it up.
Wow.
Chewing tobacco gets rid of worms for horses. Prevents it too.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I chewed a little bit. I never had worms.
Well, that's why you That's why you didn't.
That's right. Well, hey, there's a lot going on in the auto industry, and boy, did I get flooded with emails this week. People looking for them cash cars, and I sure upset a lot of people, and I didn't do it on purpose. It's just that I don't have those cars available. I don't. Nobody does. Unless you want to buy a car that you're going to be pouring money into. That's the problem. A lot of people are coming up to me, I've got 10 grand. What can you get me? And I send them a list of cars. They call me back and go, no. I wanted a low mileage car. And with that factory has been closed for a very long time.
Man, I don't think it'll ever reopen.
No, it's not. Well, when I try to explain to people, when you look at the average transaction for the month of March, it was $46,870. Average transaction. That is a ton of money. So if new cars are going up all the time, pricing, then used cars, when they trade them in, they're more expensive, and they're going up as well. And so a guy asked me, he goes, when's the last time you saw a good $10,000 cash car? So probably 8-10 years ago. He's like, really? I went, yeah. I just they're
Like
not out there.
You're talking about similar to a no-pick type of car? That price?
Well, not really a no pick, but something that's going to get you by for a while.
Okay.
You know,
Decent miles,
Yeah.
good shape.
80, 90,000 miles, under 100,000.
Right.
Maybe needs a little bit of love and attention, but not much.
Maybe a scratch here or there.
Yeah, you looking at a no-pick used car, you're looking at $27,000.
That's good to know because I'm driving one right now.
Think about that. I mean, that's a lot of money.
I'm driving one right now. I'd like to get that at least that far.
Well, you figure the average used transaction in March was $27,260, $27,270, somewhere in there. Not a lot of money for a used car.
Yeah, everything's high now, so we'll have to let's don't pick on just the automobiles. I mean, gas is high, groceries are high, homes are high. I mean, everything has escalated quite a bit in the last 3 years for sure.
Yeah, mortgages finally pushed over 7% this week. It's 7.05%.
Had it gotten under 7?
Oh, yeah, it was under 7 for a while. My son's in the mortgage business, and now a lot of them are doing ARMs, hoping that
what is that?
An ARM is a progressive rate. You pay a low rate for the first year, then it bumps the second year, and then bumps the third. And you just got to pray that by the third year, the rates come down. You can you can refinance as many times as you want.
Enough money to pay it, right?
Yeah. And
they called that a balloon note back in the day or something like that. It was something different than an ARM.
Oh, no. But anyway, we're going to have Harmon Robinson join us here in a little bit to kind of go over what's going on because, the most expensive purchase you're going to make is your home. Second is going to be your car. And we want to cover a little bit of both facets. And I was talking to my son the other day.
30 seconds.
About the homes and the cars, and the interest rates on the cars are coming down, but the interest rates on the homes are going up. Let's take a quick break. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. Good morning, Ty Gemmin. Miss you, brother. Quick break. We're going to pay some bills. We'll be right back.
Let's see if this thing works. I want to try something here. Just test it. I'm going to test it, Kurt. You ready for a little test? Check this out a little bit.
Am I ready for a test? What are you doing, Bo?
There we go. Let's try this.
I don't hear nothing.
Huh? You don't hear nothing? Oh, it's going through to the StreamYard.
Yeah.
Right. And all of our social media. So we can do that when we're going out. And you'll have to let me know. I can do it when we're coming in, other than the intros. But you'll just have to once you start talking, I'll take it out.
Okay.
How about that?
Yeah, Ty, we miss you, brother.
Yeah,
but you know what? Mother Nature won today.
But didn't win. It's not going to win the war.
That's right.
Not going to happen.
Good morning, Ronnie Mudd. You know Ronnie Mudd?
Ronnie Mudd and I graduated from high school together, and this is the first time that I've seen him make a comment on our show. The great Ronnie Mudd.
Ronnie Mudd, tell us about Bo Carver, what a pain he was in high school. We know he wasn't a good student. We know he was a troublemaker.
Don't let me have to delete you there.
Yeah, he was that guy in Fast Time at Ridgemont High. We know he was one of them characters. Ronnie Vise, good morning. Lori Carew,
yeah, Ronnie,
good morning,
buddy.
Thanks for joining us.
Dead Greg out there, I think he's out in California. Ronnie says, I'll never tell. Thank you, buddy. What's that going to cost me? A roll purple forever, brother.
I don't know where y'all.
Ronnie, get ready because he's going to go off on us with this, royal purple stuff. He doesn't get it.
I don't.
But, you have to be a
Daryl
royal.
McGrath, good morning.
Yes, sir. No, he's back in San Antonio. Well, welcome back, Dag.
Yeah, what's the name of your school? Oh, we're the Royal Purples. Wow.
What's all that? Royalty, baby. All the other schools had to bow down to us because we were the Royal Purples.
Oh, I'd like to go back and watch that.
Yeah, that happened. Just took over that town, baby.
Did y'all wear purple leather?
Oh, we did everything purple. It didn't matter what it was. It didn't matter what it was, baby. We just wore it.
In Irving, we had the Vikings, the Tigers, and the Cardinals.
Well, here's another little bit of information you might find interesting is that we had a rival school in south part of Beaumont. They were called the South Park Greenies. I don't know where they got that.
Well, probably spinning right off the Royal Purple.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good color, though.
Yeah. Well, looky there. My buddy Jerry Reynolds, one of the great car guys of the world.
There you go.
What a good man. I've known Jerry for many, 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 many years, and good people. He's the only guy I know. I bet, you know what, that cigar company should endorse him. That man had probably chewed 10,000 cigars and never lit one.
How do you know that he didn't get endorsed?
I know. Great car guy. I've known Jerry for many, many years, from Reynolds Buick all the way when he took Randy Reed's store to a new level, and good people. Thanks for joining us here. It's the Automotive Edge Radio Show here on 1190, helping you with all your automotive needs, whether you're buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, service, or body shop. Real simple. Two ways to do it. You can go 214-787-1190. Give us a call. We'll tell you where to go, who to see, and what to do. With not only the sponsors that are on my sponsor page, but we know everybody in the auto industry. It doesn't matter what make or model, from Maserati, Rolls-Royce, Kia, Volkswagen. It doesn't matter. We've got connections and good people in the industry to help you with your automotive needs. When it comes to service, how paramount is it to have a good service person in your life, just like a good dentist or a good doctor? You want somebody that's going to take care of your car and do it right and not overcharge you, not summarize and winterize and all the junk they do that's not needed in some cases or a lot of cases. And we're going to help you with that. And one of those great companies is Driver's Edge Auto Repair. They have been a great sponsor of this radio show for 20 years. Working on our 21st. They don't winterize, they don't summarize, they only do the work that's needed. If you go to mydriversedge.com, that's mydriversedge.com, 22 locations now across the DFW, and they have the best used car program. If you contact any of the Driver's Edge that's closest to you and you're buying a pre-owned automobile and you want to get it checked out and you say the Automotive Edge radio show sent me, they'll do the $35 check it before you buy it. Best $35 you'll ever spend. From headlight to tail light, they'll go through that whole car for $35, give you a printout, and let you know what needs to be done or what doesn't need to be done, and whether you got a good bucket of bolts or a bad bucket of bolts. It's real simple. And this last month, we had right under 20 people use the $35 check it before you buy it, and 7 of those people went back and renegotiated the deal with the worksheet that they had from Driver's Edge, took the car back to Driver's Edge, and then got a 2-year, 24,000-mile nationwide warranty on their vehicle. And they're in the tire business, too. You bring in that form from Discount Tire, they're going to beat it. Driver's Edge is the place for your automotive repair needs. Go to mydriversedge.com. That's mydriversedge.com.
I need to do my job.
For a location nearest you. What are you doing?
Well, I've been answering people's stuff, but I needed to post their information up here to mydriversedge.com.
Way to go. Way to go, Bo.
It's too much work.
Huh.
Yeah.
Also, you can text. You can call.
Not here. We can't.
Sing, dance, and tell a joke.
Yeah,
they have the radio show.
They have to call this station.
Yeah, 214-787-1190 is the number. And if you want to just talk about what's going on, there's so much. It's amazing. Every time I get on the internet, there's somebody doing a rendering of a car that's coming out, and people get all fired up, and they start calling me going, "Hey, Kurt, how do I get first on the list?" Well, You can be first now.
Yeah.
And you're going to be the only one on there, and that car will not be produced. The new, the Buick is not coming out. The Grand National, no such animal. The El Camino, no such animal. The GTO, no such animal.
That's too bad about the El Camino, though.
You know what the nickname for the El Camino was?
You told me once before, but I forgot.
The Cowboy Cadillac.
The Cowboy Cadillac. Yeah, well, that was a great name for it, too.
Yeah, when they came out with that El Camino with the 454, the SS, oh, my goodness. I had a buddy. What was Tony's last name? And Tony had one, and man, oh, man, was that a screamer.
What color was it?
Black.
Black? All black?
Yeah.
I thought they made
it was
like
black, and they
two-tones.
had the gold impression like they did on the Trans Am on the hood.
Right.
And man, oh man, when he pulled up in that,
I'd love to see one of those. I
Yeah.
thought they just made them in like two tones, like they were like remember a blue.
well, they
and
did.
white?
Well, you had several models. You had just a regular El Camino,
Okay.
which had a V8, and then you had the El Camino SS, which had the big 454.
So
in
that
it.
was the monster, and that was better colors like solid
Oh, yeah.
black and stuff like
And Tony was a pretty boy. Dad, pretty wealthy construction guy. So Tony come cruising up in his El Camino, and all the girls, ooh, but what's
that. You
cool
want
is
to hop in the back?
you could hop in the back and get a ride home.
Not in the little. I'm talking about the very back. Let's go.
Yeah, just hold on. So, yeah, that car is not coming.
That's too bad.
And so there's a lot of renderings out there, and all you have to do is go to the bottom of the article because they have to put on there that it's a rendering. Now, they do put captions on there that make you believe that GM or Ford or Stellantis or somebody's coming out with the car, but just read the article. And when you get down to the bottom, it says, if this were a vehicle, this is probably what it would look like.
If this were a vehicle,
And the guy told me, he goes, buddy, you don't know what you're talking about. And he said, I know you've been doing this over 30 years, but you're an idiot. And I'm like, okay. Well, do me a favor. Call the dealer and then call back and let us know how
Never
well
heard
that
from
went
him,
for
did
you.
I'm still
Crickets.
waiting for the call.
Crickets. And you know what? When I see it, when the rendering came out on the Corvette SUV, I picked up the phone. I had a insider that I could call, and I said, tell me about it. He goes, not going to happen anytime soon.
Well, I don't get that anyway. I just think it destroys the mystique of a real Corvette.
Well,
What
when you
that's
have
designed
the
for.
like the Benghayu, the Lamborghini SUV,
I don't care
and some
about
of these,
all that.
I know,
talking
but
about Corvette.
Corvette wanted to. There's the story was that they wanted to get into that luxury,
Yeah.
high performance SUV. Well, they don't.
Yeah,
They're
Thank
not
you.
going to
Thank you.
as of now. So I'm not going to speak for GM down the road, but right now that's just not true. And then they came out with the Explorer Raptor with all this stuff on it. Not happening anytime soon. I reached out to a gentleman that owns numerous Ford stores, and he's on the board, the dealer association board, and he goes, nope, not true. So all I do is just give you the facts, and before I answer, I always make phone calls. I don't automatically think that I know everything and I'm going to just shoot it down. I just make the phone calls going, hey, help me out. And
So
let's
you
get
do the
taken
know
care
it
of.
before you go too, right?
I always do. Because you don't know. There's a lot of things. Chevrolet said they were not going to come out with their electric truck anytime soon, and it's coming out, at $100 and something thousand. It's going to be here, but they're not producing near what they said.
Yeah, they might regret what they even produce.
Yep. Good morning, Bo, and the other guy.
Thank you, James. Hey,
I guess James Garrett's a first-time listener. I've never heard of that
I
name.
finally have one good best friend. You stole all my others.
I don't know who that is. Do you know who James is?
I sure do.
Who is he?
You know who it is.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
Never heard of him.
As somebody called a brother-in-law.
No, my brother-in-law wouldn't post that.
Yeah, well, he did.
Yeah, I've been the only brother-in-law that talks to him and reaches out to him. I'm the only brother-in-law that accepted him right away when he was flirting with my sister. I kept him from getting beat up from the other brothers when he started messing around with my sister.
James, you can call me anytime. I'll be there for you.
I hear you. Well, you know what? We got a lot of cool stuff coming down the pipeline that is factual. One of them is the new 2024 Land Cruiser. And what's great about the Land Cruiser, and I got a sneak peek way ahead of the public. They let me walk right up to it and get in it, and they had a very private showing. And Bruce let me walk up, and he goes, there it is. And I was just, you didn't know it was a Land Cruiser. If it didn't have any badging on it, you would not know it's a Land Cruiser. This new Land Cruiser has over, I mean, this was incredible when you start looking at the thing, over 100 options available, accessories. Over 100 accessory options available on this vehicle. They had this video set up where this guy had a little stove on the back of this thing cooking. And then they have a setup in the seats where it can turn into a bed. And they want, this is one off-road. If you go back in time, the Land Cruisers were really big over in Africa for safaris.
Sure.
And it looked more like the FJ Cruiser more than it did the Land Cruiser. And then as it evolved, the Toyota Land Cruiser became the flagship for Toyota. And because you have Lexus, and then they went, wait a minute here, we're not selling any Land Cruisers. It's not like the LX470. It's really not doing anything. Let's go a whole different route with it. And boy, did they. It is incredible what they've done with this new Land Cruiser. I dig it. I have no need for anything off-road. I wouldn't take a rig like that off-road anyway.
Well, you could live in it.
Yeah, but here's the cool thing. The base price of the old Land Cruiser was $76,000. This one's $56,000 estimated base price.
Harmon says that Studebaker had a Land Cruiser. Is that right? Studebaker had a Land Cruiser?
Never heard that.
I don't remember any of that. Of course,
1 minute.
I barely remember Studebaker. That's before my time.
Yeah, so it is a four-wheel drive standard, 5-passenger, 4-door standard. It's got 326 power, 326 horsepower, 465 pounds of torque. And a lot of people, they always dismiss torque. And torque is what it takes to actually
get off the
measurement of acceleration. And when you have a vehicle this size,
that's the quickness off the line, right?
That's right. And you got a turbo direct dual overhead cam 16-valve turbo engine. This is going to be a bad boy. Wheelbase 112 inches, so it's good size. I think it looks cool. You wouldn't know it was a Toyota if you saw it, but it is coming to a dealership near you. And if you're interested, I would talk to BJ over at Freeman Toyota and get your name on a list to get one coming in because they will be an exceptional vehicle. Let's take a quick break. 214-787-1190. I'm Kurt Chase with the great one, Big Wheeled Bo Carver. We'll be right back.
Let's try this. Here we go. Gotta get that ready on a little center. Here we go. Let's do it. Where is it?
Do what? Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Cindy Boss Player.
A little music there for you, folk.
Mom said to tell you hi, so you say hi, Mom. That's nice.
I consider my mom.
Wow.
She adopted me. Remember, she told you that, although you don't want to believe it.
That's because you brought her Judge Judy signed picture.
That's all right. It still happened, didn't it?
Whatever it takes, right?
That's what I'm thinking.
Good morning, Mom. Love you. Your favorite child by far out of your 7, with not even a close race.
Yeah, well, maybe we should give her a call.
I'm actually been in a good mood because my entire house is just about completely put back together.
I know. That's amazing because they were telling you before it was going to be like a month or something, right?
2,900 square foot of wood has been ripped up and replaced due to a leak in a dishwasher.
A lot of headache.
And the idiot that owned the house before me decided to glue a floating floor down.
Well, let's not mention that a fractured back along with it as a result. So there's a lot of tentacles on that, of course.
You know, when he does that introduction, are you ready? Taking that music and that echo off, I don't like it.
All cigarettes and cigars. Place your seats in the upright position and fasten your seatbelt.
I don't like it.
Please do not try to exit through the exit door.
No, I'm going to redo it.
3, 2,
And I told him that.
1.
There's got to be
The
something.
information heard here on the Automotive Edge radio show may lead you to find a wealth of knowledge that could possibly save you time and money. If any of this information causes you to be bothered or upset, please sit back, relax, take a deep breath, and seek immediate help. Now, here's your host of the Automotive Edge radio show, Kurt Chase.
214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. And one of the emails asks what models. There's two. First edition and 1958 edition on the new Toyota Land Cruiser. But the first edition, think about that for a second, will be the first edition. So, and then the 1958 will be coming out shortly after that. So, just that's why they call it a first edition. I don't know, just thinking out loud.
I just think about the band First Edition all the time.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, they were a good band too.
Yep. So, how many people were really happy that they bought a Cybertruck? I want to know. Let me see a show of hands. How many people love that Cybertruck?
Well, first of all, let's see a show of hands that could even afford a Cybertruck.
Well,
ain't going up.
you know.
So what is the range? Because there's like 3 different battery styles.
Level 1, 2, and 3,
Right.
and each one is for a battery.
And first level is what?
What do you mean?
90 grand?
102.
102, then number 2.
Yeah, well, I take that back. If you're looking at what people are paying for them versus what the true sticker are, that's a big difference. They start out right under 70 and then go up to 102. Now, this guy got one of the first ones out, and it was a level 3. Bought it for a little over $100,000 and sold it for $249,000. Sold.
Wow.
Well, let me just tell you something, boys and girls. Not only is there a recall of 3,878 Cybertruck vehicles, and it's for the cover of the truck's accelerator gets dislodged and trapped in the interior rim, they are not bringing anywhere near close to what they were bringing in the open market. I had a buddy just lost $60,000 on his.
Why would somebody pay that much money way over what even somebody else paid for? It's just they're hard to
them. Got to have them. Got to be number one. Got to have that first car, and they are.
What's the waiting list for them right now?
There's no waiting list.
So you can just get one?
I mean, there's a list, but you know they're pumping them out, and then people are trying to buy them and go, I'm going to make a fortune on this. Well, the fortune days are over buying a Cybertruck.
What did that last, about 30 days?
Well, it's been going on for some time.
Has it? Okay.
I had a guy, he paid $180,000 for a Cybertruck, so he calls me the other day and says,
180.
Hey, Kurt,
was that a number 3?
can you help me with this Cybertruck? I said, you bet I can. I called him back and told him, and he goes, I'm losing $40,000. Well, I don't know what to tell you, but that's all the money. That's all you're going to get, and there's no other way around it. So if you want it, that's what you're going to get. If you don't want it, then keep it, and good luck. But they're not bringing what they used to bring, nowhere near it. And for a lot of people that are on the waiting list thinking you're going to go buy yourself a Cybertruck and turn around and make you $100,000 on it, what does Gomer Pyle say?
Golly!
Yeah.
Shazam!
Yeah, ain't happening. So there's not any products out there that are turning like they used to. They're just not. One of the top-selling vehicles that is consistently making money, and my buddy Ricky Dyke can tell you, is the Ford 3/4-ton Platinum Edition. That thing is bringing all the money, all the rain, whether you're buying it new or buying it on auction. That is one of the top-selling vehicles that's bringing all the coin, by far, without a doubt. Everything else that's out there is just now par. There's not too much stuff out there that is really exciting people to pay crazy money unless it's one of your high-end supercars. It's just a standard price on a vehicle. Now, I will just tell you that the market is starting to load up again on accessories and addendums because the manufacturers are slashing the profit from invoice to MSRP, and the dealers got to make money. But what's cool about a lot of dealers is they're putting the stuff on it that most people buy anyway. Wheel locks, window tint, floor mats, spare tires.
Wheel locks.
I said wheel locks.
You sure?
Yeah, it was number 2.
Let's go back. Let's do the instant replay.
Window
I want
tint,
that. Where's that
wheel
red
lock.
flag? You know, the commercial?
Oh, yeah. The AT&T.
I got it.
Replay.
Let's do the replay.
Maddie, did I say wheel locks?
I think so.
Okay.
See, we need to get. She's still uncertain.
She's got the camera. She's replaying it.
See her
for
running
you.
to the side of the
That's
theater.
right.
Let me run it back. We'll pull the audio and I'll run it back.
All right. There you
Yeah,
go.
so many of the vehicles that are out there right now are bringing, there's a lot out there that are still bringing MSRP, but they're not bringing $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $100,000 over sticker. Just not happening. So be very, very careful when you're out buying a vehicle thinking that you're buying it to make money. The ones that you make money on are the old cars that you properly restore and you leave yourself enough leg to make money on it. Other than that, don't do it.
I just don't understand why anybody would do that, period. I don't care what car it is.
Well, a lot of people did it. Let's go back to when the new C8 Corvette come out. Everybody was jumping on board, and they were bringing money. They were bringing, $20,000 over sticker, $15,000 over sticker, and then it would take it to auction and make a few $1,000s, no problem. But now the inventory is picked up where most Chevy dealers have several Corvettes sitting on their lots and aren't bringing the money they were bringing. The people that are driving those Z06s that were paying, $100,000. There was one guy in Arkansas paid $250,000 for a Z06.
I wonder how he's feeling about it right now.
So he called me. He goes, Mr. Chase, I caught your show. I'm a truck driver, or I have a trucking company, and I also drive a truck. And I want you to help me with this Corvette. Mom was kind of mad. I've been collecting too many cars. So I called him back, and I said, hey, I've got a buyer.
All right.
$169,000. And he goes, no. I have a Z06. He went through the whole sir.
Surprise!
I've got your VIN number. I know what you're driving, and it's $169,000. Click.
Oh, boy.
So he hung up on me, and I sent him a message. I'm saying, do me a favor, put it online and see what you get. He didn't get anything near $169,000.
So he called him back saying, that sounds pretty good.
Hey, you know what he says? Well, I'll just keep it before I sell it for that.
Well, I don't blame him for that.
Yeah.
I mean, no joke.
That's what I would do, too. I have a lot of people saying before. Same thing with the Challengers. There's a lot of people that bought the Demons and the Hellcats and the Jailbreaks. Crazy, crazy money over sticker. Crazy money over sticker, thinking they were going to turn them around and make a profit. Well, now there's so many Challengers out there that, the wide body is still doing really good. But the Red Eye, the Hellcat, the Demon, it's nothing like it used to be. And I have people now trying to bail. They want some extra cash, and I'm offering them a number, and they're going, well, how much are you making on this? But I don't make a dime. I don't broker cars. I'm just telling you, I got a buyer for this right now, and he's the best buyer. I always get 4 or 5 bids, and then I put a number on it. And I didn't get anything where this guy, he wanted $189,000 for this car. I said, buddy, I got you $145,000. He said, I'd never sell it for that. Okay, good. You got a nice car. Keep it. Keep it.
Keep it for your grandkids because it may be a long time before you even catch up.
Yep. But Elon came out and said, if you were selling the Cybertruck for profit, that there was going to be a fine. Well, he can't pull that off.
I don't see how that could happen.
Now, they can do what Chevy did. If you bought a Z06 or you bought a Corvette and you sold it within a year, you voided the warranty on the car.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they knew a lot of people were just buying Corvettes to flip and make money. And that's, well, if you got that Z06 and you didn't keep it within a year, you're going to lose your warranty on it. So whoever bought the car got a car with no warranty on it, period. Oh. Well, that's what Elon was. Well, I'm just going to fine you. I'll take your name off the list. You won't be able to buy a car. All these things were coming in, saying what he was or wasn't going to do. Bottom line is be very, very careful in today's market what you are buying if it's not a limited production car. If it's not a limited production car, just be careful. We go back to the story of the Bumblebee.
Yeah, wow, what a story that one is.
Wow, people just went nuts.
Well, I think he actually thought it was going to transform.
A lot of people did. Yeah, they thought Bumblebee was really going to be a transformer, and they kept hitting the remote, and all it did was lock and unlock.
Well, I also remember when I was a little kid, and my brother said, if you'll put your underwear on and take a red cape and tie it around your neck and climb up on this high chest, and you'll be able to fly like Superman. And that didn't work.
It didn't? Did you land hard?
I landed hard. So that's what happened probably with that Bumblebee.
Yeah, they kept hitting that remote. They wanted their money back.
It landed hard on him, too, didn't it?
Yeah, it didn't. And so, being first is cool, but if you have money like Roger Penske, he gets the first Corvette. He bids on it every year when it comes out. He paid $3.2 million for the very first Corvette that rolled off. But the guy's a billionaire, and all the money went to the YMCA. And he's got one of every Corvette ever built. Those guys have the coin, and it doesn't matter to them. But for you, the average player in the auto industry, be very, very careful. And then do me a favor. Don't sit there and drink 12 ounces of Haterade and then call me up and call me the bad guy.
Oh, you do that, though. I love that when that happens.
I know you do.
Do that for me.
Let's take a break, introduce you to some great sponsors. 214-787-1190. That's 214-787-1190. I'm Kurt Chase with the great one, Big Wheels Bo Carver. Coming up here at the top of the hour, the most important purchase you're going to make is your home to put that car in. And we're going to cover that and a whole lot more here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show on 1190 KFXR, part of the iHeartMedia Network. Don't go away. We will be right back. What did you say it was? 3553? No, it's not.
2 3 5 5 2.
What's happening, Harmon? Oh-wee.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, here to the Automotive Edge Facebook page. We've had a bunch of people pop on while you were talking there, Mr. Chase. Had Ronnie Swain says, good morning. And then he said he was watching one of our old shows, thought it was live. Imagine that.
Hello, Ronnie Swain.
And Kelsey Sakala.
Kelsey. Hey, Kelsey, I understand you're thinking more and more and more about being a Cowboy fan. I went to dinner last night with your dad and Ralph Paul. Your dad's wearing Pittsburgh stuff. Go figure. And then Ralph Paul showed up with a Pittsburgh Steelers shirt.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it. Here I'm having dinner with all these Steeler fans. I'm like, and Ralph's a Cowboy fan, and he was wearing Steeler polo shirt.
I call that kind of sucking up, don't you think?
I don't know what it was, but I didn't like it.
Yeah.
They were like two little Steeler buddies hugging each other. Oh, I like your hat. I like your shirt. No, you. Oh, my God.
Man, if I'd have known Will have been there, I'd have been decked out so much cowboy gear, he'd have threw up.
I should have walked away and I put my credit card out, split that meal three-way. Let you two Pittsburgh boys pay for
I'll
it.
take care of it. You're outnumbered anyway, 2-1. Go ahead, pay for it, guys.
I had the best meal. They took bow tie pasta that was already cooked, and they had this giant Parmigiano Reggiano cheese wheel. And the center of it's dug out, and he pours a liqueur on there and fires it up, and he keeps stirring. The cheese melts.
Wow.
They throw the bow tie pasta in there, mix it with the cheese that's melted, and put it on your plate.
Wow.
Buddy, I got to tell you what. You talking about rich. You can't even eat
like
a small bowl of it. It's so rich, but man, oh, man, was it good.
There you go.
Yeah, we had a real good time. Really excited about today, which didn't happen. The Connors Car Show has been canceled due to rain.
It's rescheduled for
May 19th.
Right. It's on a Sunday, though. It's a little different that day, but it's still going to be good. So we want to push that. We obviously won't be doing a radio show out there because it's a Sunday, but
yeah, this makes the case that April showers brings May flowers.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll see the
We're
flowers.
going to have this rain all day long through the night tomorrow morning.
But Monday it's going to be beautiful and 70 degrees.
Yep.
Just missed it by a day or two.
If you don't like the weather, wait till tomorrow.
Wait till this afternoon.
Got snow on Wednesday.
Exactly. No doubt.
Yeah, but they still got the crawfish crawl out there. A bunch of people. Hopefully, the winds won't be what they say they're going to be later today, and they can pop their tents and sell their wares and tears, and everybody go out there and buy up a bunch of crawfish.
We got 10 seconds.
Because they bring it in live. Bo thinks that you can freeze crawfish and eat it. Now, that just tells me there's not an ounce of Cajun in your body.
Dude. Don't you freeze other fish and
After
eat
you
it?
cook it.
Oh, you freeze fish before you cook it?
I don't.
You buy frozen fish I take home. I got fish in my freezer right now.
Well, you put potato salad in your soup.
That's
so
right.
That makes you weird in the first place.
No, it makes me talented and successful.
It is so gross.
That was awesome, dude. No, it's mustard, no doubt.
Wow.
Only way to have it.
Oh, yeah. Mustard potato salad in his soup.
That's soup.
I mean, it's just
It's so gross.
It's gumbo.
Gumbo soup, doesn't matter.
What's your heritage, Miss Maddie?
I'm Hispanic.
Okay, so you know nothing about Cajun food, right?
No, of course not. But the thought of just putting a potato salad with some mustard, because I love soup. I love soup.
Well, this is gumbo. It's
Same
not
thing.
soup.
It's Cajun soup. Come on, buddy.
Okay.
Let's
So-
retitle
I
soup.
never, no, it's,
Wait, okay, so we're putting potato salad with gumbo. I thought we were putting potato salad with soup.
no,
It is.
Like-
gumbo.
Same thing.
No,
It's
it's
still
not.
nasty. It doesn't matter what it is.
Well, gumbo's
Potato
more of like a
salad goes with
chunky-
barbecue.
Yeah.
Chunky.
Right.
I wouldn't consider it like a soup. It's
Yeah.
a chunky soup.
Thank you for straightening him up for that. It's
No.
not a soup.
It is. It's a Cajun soup, stew, whatever.
Well, I do love Hispanic food. I had it yesterday.
I guess if you're one of them guys they picked up off the sidewalk at Mardi Gras, I guess potato salad and whatever wouldn't really
I
matter.
guarantee you, if I went to Mardi Gras on Bourbon Street and
You ain't
said,
gonna find nobody.
everybody
eating it.
follow me, I'm going to buy gumbo, but you have to put potato salad in it, they will, 3/4 of the people would be
The only
following
thing behind you is gonna be your shadow. Ain't no one gonna be following you to the food
You
line.
have no idea.
You probably never even eaten it that way.
That's the only way I like to eat it. Come
Wow.
on, don't look at me like
Well,
that.
we went to that one restaurant. What was it called?
Yeah, it was Papados, but they didn't have potato salad.
Potato salad. Lady
Yeah,
goes,
I
what?
was a little disappointed. in
I said,
that.
well, he liked potato salad in his gumbo. She just walked away.
Yeah, but I'm going like, well, y'all need to get y'all's act together, dude.
214-787-1190 is the number. This segment of the show goes to the folks over at Burleson Nissan, our buddy Justin Crane. You know, they got a new leader of the ship of Nissan that came over from another manufacturer, and he will be turning things around. It's already started with low APR, good inventory, good incentives, and they're finding deep, deep, deep paper to put people in a car with a good interest rate. They've got the inventory, they've got the banks, and they've got the right people. The new Nissan Kicks is coming out, actually unbelievable. The new Armada is right around the corner after they release the Infiniti, their 80 series, which is supposed to be the flagship, the nicest thing they ever built. And then a few months later, the Armada will be here. But you have a full lineup of everything that's affordable. You have the Nissan Sentra, under $21,000. You have the Versa under $20,000. You have the Nissan Frontier. There's just product after product after product. Then it's got to come down to people. And the place, Burleson Nissan, right there at 35 and Renfro Road. Ask for Justin Crane. If you do, you're going to get 3 free years of maintenance by just saying Bo Carver.
About
How
that,
special do you feel now?
I always feel special down there.
It's BurlesonNissan.com. All right. Let's see. You guys have a Sunday radio show because you only do Saturday shows. No, we do not. We only do Saturdays. It's all Bo can handle before they have to, the men in the white coat come pick him up and take him home.
Kelsey wants to know, she says, I got to meet this Ralph guy. I don't know about that. I don't think that should happen.
Oh, boy.
You will. Trust me.
You will. All right. Last week, I want to hit something real quick. We were talking about flood damaged cars, and a lot of people don't know how to find a flood damaged car or to find out that it was a flood damaged car. And I saw one the other day, and they brought it to me, and I took a look at it, and it was underwater at some point in time. And the individual actually told him, now, this is an individual, I'll warranty the car. Now, you've got to be kidding me. And so the person buying the car said, well, they told me that they're going to warranty the car. And I went, an individual told you they're going to warranty that car? Yes, sir. I said, well, here, let me help you with that. There's no such thing unless they own a service department or a service center or a mechanic shop, and they're writing that out that shop will service that car.
Once he should have done, he should also ask if he was going to get 3 years of free maintenance.
Well, it's amazing the things that people buy into because they get into this mode where they have to purchase so quickly.
Well, you kind of experienced
they had these blinders on.
Last couple of days dealing with an internet issue.
Oh.
What they were expecting you to do.
Oh, incredible. Yeah, Dumb and Dumber wrapped up into one.
They just seem like, here we go. If you throw it out there, he might bite.
And so I'm telling people, they say, well, Kurt, this is such a great deal for them. For them, not for you.
They may not even live at the house they're trying to sell you the car.
And so the couple said, well, how much damage do you think there was? I said, I'm just looking at the car. I'm telling you, the car's been underwater.
Yeah.
Until you run diagnostics on it and go through the car from headlight to taillight, you're not going to know. Well, it doesn't look bad. And now they're selling themselves. So no matter what I said, they were going to go, well, the tires are good. It drives good.
Smells kind of bad, but I can spray something in there.
Yeah, that 100-degree heat hadn't hit it yet. And I went, look, here's the deal. I think we're at a point in this conversation where we're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, standoff.
But I'm telling you, I would not put that car in my driveway. No. All right, thank you. And they went ahead and bought it. I got a message. Take us off your list. We bought the car. I'm like, okay.
Well.
And you know what? I'm going to be back on that list. They're going to be calling me, hey, what's the law of is there a lemon law here?
Right.
We
got 30 seconds.
What about the guy that's supposed to warranty it? I can't find him.
Yeah. Yeah, pulled up to his house, out of business.
Yeah, I just don't even see.
You wouldn't believe.
Find his name.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe the conversations I have. I wish I could record them and what they say, we change the names to protect the innocent. I would do that.
20 seconds.
214-787-1190. Let's take a quick break. Don't go. We get back. We got the great Harmon Robinson coming up to let you know what's going on in the home industry. You want to stay tuned here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show. We'll be right back. We'll grab a chair.
All right, let's see what we got here. Thanks, everybody, for being a part of our broadcast today here on Facebook. And if you want to let everybody know, if they don't do the Facebook or the special type of social media, then they can go to YouTube. Find us there. Move over a little bit before we have our guest coming in here. Superman of real estate, Harmon Robinson. Isn't that what they call you? The Superman of real estate?
He's also a male stripper at all the senior citizen bingo halls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I booked those shows for him.
You're his agent?
Yeah.
Wow, that is pretty cool.
Keeps me pretty busy.
Yeah.
I've got a shirt I bought at the fair. It says I've been working harder than an ugly stripper.
Put that up a little closer. I'll get you. Oh, there you go.
Come on up here, Harmon.
Does that tell you anything?
Yeah. Tells me a lot. There you go. I hear thunder. You hear that?
And lightning.
It's last night's dinner.
Too much cheese.
Oh.
So where was that location?
Huh?
Where'd y'all go?
The Bistro in Colleyville. And Ralph Paul knows the owner really well, and he came out and waited on us personally and cooked my meal at the table for us.
Wow.
Phenomenal food. Very inexpensive. He's got a very simple menu of seafood, steak, and chicken, and he's got a steak where he slices the filet mignon raw, and you cook it on this 500-degree rock yourself.
Wow.
Or he's got a filet marsala that is through the roof. Great food, and it's good scratch Italian food.
So they do it like at those Asian places where they cook on the bits like that?
Oh, that's back in the kitchen, just the cheese wheel.
Oh, okay. Like they do the guacamole sometimes at your table.
Do that again. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty good.
You think I get a job there?
You could. As long as they don't put a knife in your hand.
Yeah. As long as they don't ask me to talk any kind of Asian talk, like some sort of language. I was going, howdy, folks. Yeah.
Ugh. I'm gonna tell you, these rainy days, man, it's a good day just to.
Boy, you don't know how much I wanted to call you up and say.
we got a little hell up the singer.
Did you?
We did.
I'm not feeling so good this
That'd have been all right. I'd have headed straight to studio and hung out with Maddie for 4 hours.
There you go. Well,
this one where I wish I had an awning over my bedroom window where you could open it up and just hear the rain.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
Not getting in and making it wet.
When I was a kid and grew up, I mean, we didn't have air conditioning. And these kind of days, the windows would be up, the front door would be wide open, and you'd get that breeze.
And that fan is on.
Oh, you could sleep like death. Just go out and.
You know how you can tell when a salesperson been here for a very long time?
He takes his shoes off and props his feet up on the desk.
No, he's got a fish tank.
Yeah, well,
if you got a fish tank, you've been at that dealership a long time.
I wonder how many times he's had to change the fish. Well, the fish tanks calm people. That's one that doctor's office have a lot of times, or dentist or whatever.
Yeah, now they put them up on the screen. They're not even real.
No, that's not right. You can't do that.
Yeah, I had one. They had it on the screen, hoping that'd help me in the MRI, and it didn't work out real well.
It's hard to get comfortable when you have something right in front of your face, and you're in there like a casket.
Yeah, not happening.
That's why I'm not going to be buried.
What's up, brother?
I don't want any kind of chance of waking up in that. Not at all.
Ain't happening.
At that point in time, it really won't matter.
Well, in my mind right now, it does.
Oh, I'm ready to quit wearing this thing and get back to running.
How long you got left? 6 months?
No, 3 more weeks.
He looks like, remember Dan Pastorini with the Houston
Oh, yeah. Boy, he had that big old bulky one.
He had that wrapped around him.
And he just made himself a target.
Well, he had this passing way he would pass. His arm was really high up. He was awesome quarterback.
You remember who his number one receiver was?
Yeah, Billy White Shoes Johnson.
That's right.
And you know what? The referees gypped the Oilers out of one of the Pittsburgh games.
No doubt.
Because you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
He caught that pass, and they said it was incomplete, and it was at the end of the game to win the game, and they sent Pittsburgh to the Super Bowl, and it should have been the Oilers. Everybody's complaining about that.
Bum Phillips, man, he was a treat. He was like Buddy Ryan. He didn't take crap from nobody. He just...
And his son became a great coach, too.
He's coaching in the XFL.
Oh, he is? Oh, that's right, he is.
Yeah, he's head coach.
Houston, isn't it? I think he's down in Houston.
No, you got Stoops has got Arlington, and the other ones are out of state.
I thought Houston's not in it?
Mm-mm.
They were
the
last
XFL.
Year. Oh, okay.
No, they combined the USFL and the XFL
yeah, I knew
into
that,
one.
But
Houston, 8 teams.
Houston was part of that league last year.
Yeah. So
what the Arlington was in.
Yeah, so I forgot. I saw him. What's Phillips' first name?
Wade.
Wade Phillips. Yeah, I saw him on the sideline. He ain't changed a bit. Looks like the same exact Wade Phillips.
Yeah.
Should have never been the Cowboys head coach.
But he's a great defensive coordinator.
Great defensive coordinator.
And that's where he needs to stay. And
You watch the defensive coordinator, which everybody wants to be a head coach. He went to the Washington Redskins, and he will fail there as well, just like he did in Atlanta. He didn't even go 500. And you got to know your wheelhouse. If they're going to pay me millions just to be the coordinator and take that burden off my shoulder, I am sticking with defensive coordinator.
Well, and besides that, he didn't really do a very good job in the last game.
Oh, no.
I mean, that was horrible.
Taxiing out to the runway and getting ready for takeoff. Don't see any turbulence, and we should arrive at our destination safely and on time. Thank you for choosing the Automotive Edge Airways, and I hope you'll follow us and use our services again in the future.
Are you ready for the show? I said, are you ready for the show? Ladies and gentlemen, the show you've all been waiting for. Please make welcome Kurt Chase and the Automotive Edge.
214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. This segment show brought to you by Norm Reeves Honda Superstore, North Richland Hills. I was just there the other day, and they are stacked deep with Honda inventory. From the hard-to-get Odyssey to the hybrid Accords in stock. Great APRs, great service after sale. My adopted daughter, Marie, is now the service director there at Norm Reeves Honda Superstore, North Richland Hills. And we just love her and love what she's doing for that service department. There were some people who didn't work there anymore, and they came back when they heard Marie Whitmore was now the new service director there, because she has a phenomenal standard and a way of doing service, from sales to service and everything in between. New, used, pre-owned, certified pre-owned. The place, Norm Reeves Honda Superstore, North Richland Hills, 820 and 26. Be sure to stop in and ask for Tyler, the new GSM, and let him know you're listening to the Automotive Ed Radio Show, and enjoy a way to shop, kick tires, test drive, and own a new Honda. That's Norm Reeves Honda, NRH.com. Well, joining us, the man, the dude, the guy, Harmon Robinson.
Good morning.
Morning, brother.
Good morning.
The thunderstorm drove him right here today.
It did.
Welcome,
This is a good day to stay in bed, wasn't it?
Absolutely. I came close to that.
We all seemed like we were about ready.
I was waiting for a few texts today, going, maybe next week. Isn't it amazing how just a good rainy day
Kind of calms you, doesn't it?
I never could figure out my dad, when it was raining and golf was on TV, boy, he slept like a baby. I never got until I got older. Well, you turn on a little golf and it's raining, lights out.
Well,
brother.
I do that if I watch golf and it's not raining.
I hear you. So what's going on in the mortgage business, Harmon? There's a lot of scuttlebutt going on out there about foreclosures are up. A lot of homes being sold on the court steps.
That's right.
You know what I found out is how many people don't know their home is being sold on the court steps.
Well, that's true, but you know, once you missed your first mortgage payment, you know you're in line for that.
Really?
Oh yeah.
You missed one.
Really?
Oh yeah. You know you're in line for it because sooner or later you're not going to be able to make that payment again, and when it goes into 90 days and 120 days, you'll go to the top of the list pretty quick.
Now, when it goes to the courthouse steps, that's an auction? Is that a silent auction or is that an open auction?
It's an open auction. Anybody can bid on it.
So you know what the other somebody did, like at a regular auction.
Right. Now, there's some municipalities that are going to what they call gov.ease or something like that. It's an auction online. And all you have to do is provide enough proof of funds that you can consummate the deal when that happens.
Kind of like when you're one of the online buyers in a car auction.
Yeah, absolutely.
As long as your funds are set up, you're rolling.
Right, exactly. So, you know, they're going to that, and a lot of them in Alabama now are doing that, in Mississippi. I don't know that Texas is doing it, but I do know I talked to a couple of the trustees in the Denton courthouse, and they're working on getting onto that government auction.
Do they start with a certain bid, or do they just open from the beginning?
Open from the beginning.
So if it's a $100,000 property, it's all right. It's open. If somebody says, "I got $20," that's where you start, right?
If it's a pretty new loan and the balance is really high, the trustee usually gets it back.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Huh.
Then what happens?
Then it goes into what they call a bank-owned property. It's an REO. And they take their time about getting it back on the market. They have in the past, and
just kind of sits there.
It just kind of sits there for a while. Yeah, exactly.
Well, you were on a few weeks back when we were at El Dorado Chevrolet, and I actually had a lady from Corsicana call me, and she said, "I just want to let you know tell all your listeners, don't let your kids handle your finance, because a gentleman knocked on her door and handed her paperwork and said, your house is going to auction.
Oh, my Lord.
And she had no idea, and supposedly the son was paying all the bills.
Oh, my Lord.
And she wound up working out some deal and turned it into a reverse mortgage.
You can do that if you've got enough equity.
Yeah. And she did. She had less than $20,000 left on the house.
Oh, that's perfect.
And the son just been spending the money.
Yeah.
Haven't been doing anything.
Yeah.
And so they showed up and went, hey. And she goes, no, you're at the wrong house. My payments are in full. I said, well, ma'am, we hadn't seen a payment in like 6 months.
Wow.
And she said, well, hang on a second. She said, I could write a check for the difference. He goes, well, you might want to hurry up and do that because your house is going. And then she was convinced, which, she asked me about. I said, it's not my wheelhouse, reverse mortgages. I don't get into all that. It's not my business. But, it's really sad when seniors are relying on certain people to take care of their money, and obviously it can backfire. And once that house goes to the auction block, I'm assuming you're at the point of no return.
Well, it depends. If you could go in and convince the mortgage company that's taking the foreclosure that you're trying to get a reverse mortgage, sometimes they'll lift up that foreclosure for a different date and let you go ahead and try to get that mortgage loan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but that's the exception rather than the rule.
Okay.
Generally, they'll go ahead and proceed on it, and you just got to go through the process. Now, the process for reverse mortgage loan is more than 30 days. We were up real close to getting that done on this house we sold for this lady last month, and they said, we're not lifting that because you can't pay us before the foreclosure date. So we did get in a 4-day closing.
So how many people are doing what you do?
There's a lot of them out there, and if you ever get in behind in your...
Well, let me back up. Do you have a subscription, or how are you made aware of homes that are going into foreclosure?
There's a service called the Roddy Report, and they've been around for 40 years or 50 years. And what they do is they go to the courthouse every day, and they pick up the foreclosure listings that are posted at the county clerk's office. Huh. And then they make a report out, and it's usually ready about 20-25 days before actual sale date. So I subscribe to that.
Okay.
It's about $60, $70 a month for one county.
And then you got to knock on doors going, hey, I'm here to help.
Well, I'll either knock on the door, I'll send them a letter or something. But I talked to this lady that I helped out, and she said she got tons of letters, all kinds of letters, threatening letters. I'll buy it for $35,000. Just all kinds of stuff. And it's hard to get in the door because they're all getting bombarded by people that are wanting to cheap buy their home.
Yeah. Well, it's buyer beware, seller beware, and then you got to be careful who's helping you. And I guess that's a big challenge, letting them know that you really are in their best interest to find a way to either keep them in the house or get them out of the house with equity.
Right. That's the key.
And you got to watch out for the squatters. I know that Florida, I saw pass a law about that.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
That no more squatting. You can't stay there. If they find you, you're out. No more claiming.
Yeah, I just saw that Chef Ramsey bought that pub, and he showed up. Man, they had that thing boarded up, locked, chained. There was 8 people in there and been living there a while. And this is a multi-million-dollar property. And they're talking about months before he can even
that's insane.
Go in there and change the locks. Let me tell you what, you squat in my house, I'm going to help you squat your butt right out there on the front yard.
Here's some squatting for you.
I'll be replacing a window because I'm going to put on a football helmet and I'm coming through that window and everybody will be exiting stage right.
Yeah, I'll be renting.
I'm a whole different ball game.
I don't want to get political, but you'll find a lot of that in the blue states.
Oh.
Yeah. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. If you're on vacation, they showed that one judge, and she was gone for like a couple of months and come back. Man, they were in her house.
Like
a judge, and she had to go through the whole legal system to get them out.
Exactly.
That's insane. I don't get it. And what about we've had discussions in the past too about how people can steal your home. You know about that?
That's right. That's right.
What do people need to know about that? How can they know what's going on behind their back of somebody coming in and claiming ownership of a home that's going on?
Well, all they have to do really is go in and get a form, which is called a
Please,
quit claim
if you're
deed.
a criminal, do not listen to this information.
Which is called a quit claim deed. And they'll fill it out for the homeowner and sign it over to them, and then they register it at the courthouse, and basically they've lost ownership.
Right.
Because at the courthouse, they don't check your credentials. They don't make a call to find out if it's the correct person. They just go ahead and file it.
Well, that law needs to change. Something needs to change about that because that's horrible.
That's horrible.
Let me just tell you, all of these criminals that are out there could probably fix every disease and problem in the world,
sure.
but instead they're creating more. And so, having somebody on your side is paramount. If you're in a situation where you just don't know, Harmon, how can they get in touch with you?
I've got a website, I've got a phone number, and I've got an email.
Well, give it to them, brother. They're listening.
I did post it on
posted
Facebook,
it up there,
on
so
YouTube,
there it
and
is.
give it to them to the radio folk.
HarmonRobinson.com is my website. My phone number is 214-674-8388. That's good from 9 in the morning till 9 at night.
Give that number out again slower.
214-674-8388. And my email is hwr1945@yahoo.com.
And I posted on our Facebook Live.
HarmonRobinson.com.
On our Facebook Live feed, or you can go to YouTube and you can search the Automotive Edge Radio Show. You got to put Radio Show in there, and it'll be posted right now. You can see it. And if you need some good information and advice, this is a guy you need to call.
Yeah, and don't assume. You could have a mom or dad or a cousin or a brother or somebody that they're in trouble, and they think, well, I just need to pack up and move out. And that's just not a good move until somebody like you comes along and go, let's lay it on the table and see what we have here.
We got options.
Right.
You need no options.
1 minute.
So what we give them is there's 4 or 5 options. One of them is a loan modification, which you can get to try to get your back payments re-amortized to bring it current. You can do a deed in lieu, which means you just move out of the house, clean it up, move out of the house, take your keys, give them to the lender, and they won't go through the foreclosure, to the public foreclosure. Then you can go to a reverse mortgage if you've got enough
30
equity,
seconds.
and your house will qualify. And, of course, you got the traditional sale if you've got time to put it on the market, MLS, and go through the traditional marketplace.
214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. It is the Automotive Ed Radio Show here on 1190 KFXR, part of the iHeartMedia Network. Don't go away. We will be right back. Good morning, Gene Tyler. I think this guy scuba dives more than anybody I've ever known in my life.
Yeah.
Great guy. This guy I went to high school with and middle school, I believe, as well. And one of those good guys, never in trouble, just playing by the rules. And now he's retired with his beautiful wife and beautiful family and loving life. And I couldn't be more happy for you, Gene. Kudos to you, brother. See somebody from here to see the great stories out of Irving, south of the tracks, Nimitz High School. And good for you for what you've accomplished. Congratulations, you and your family. Beautiful daughter. I see he's also big on Bass Music Hall, and man, he's living the life.
Oh, I'm telling you, that's the way to go.
That's right. So thanks for hanging out and joining us. Johnny Fravor, thanks for joining us today here on the Automotive Ed Radio Show. Who else? Because, Bo's not mentioning anybody, so I'm going to do his job as well today and talk to everybody what are you doing over there, Bo?
I'm waiting tables. I got to do something on the brakes to make a little extra money.
I think this rain's got a little haze on you.
It doesn't? Yeah.
Who sang Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head?
That was, God, on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's there. It's Thomas. B.J. Thomas.
There you go.
Right.
I knew it was there somewhere.
Would you see him get fired up talking music? Now bring that to the radio, pal.
Yeah, exactly.
I had to think about it, though.
There you go.
Yeah, if you go music, Bo will fire up real quick. We talk cars.
Well, I'd let you. You're the man. You're the guy. Over 35 years in the automobile business, 20 years on radio. I'm just a guy. He's the man.
Wow.
I'm just another guy.
You're not getting a pay raise.
Well, they didn't ask one.
Yet.
Yeah.
Well, but I gave you all those kudos.
Couple minutes. Give me a couple minutes to think about it.
I wish I wasn't so big. I would love to drive that Integra.
That's a sweet little ride there, isn't it?
That thing is a rocket ship. And I have a need for speed.
I love the way that looks.
I used to enjoy cruising around in the big old Cadillacs and big Buick LeSabres and 442s and man.
What's this got?
The top line's 400 horsepower.
You know, it's the color of your other one. You
I know.
Similar, and it looks like exact
Same color,
color.
exact same color.
That's beautiful, man.
Yep. Remember, we sat there and that car was behind us for like 6 months. And I said, I'm just going to buy it and take it home. Sure enough, I did.
And then he regretted selling it. He still
Melinda said that last night. We were in the car. She goes, yep, that's one of the nicest cars he's bought. I love that car. I tried to buy it back, but the guy wanted $5,000 profit.
Barbara Ann thought you were nuts for selling that car.
Yep, I was.
She said that was a very nice vehicle.
I've quit getting the itch.
We rode out at the Rangers game once in it, and she thought it was phenomenal.
Yeah, we don't do itches no more.
No itches?
No.
30 seconds.
I just found out a little bit ago. A good friend of mine was here about 6 months ago and bought a new car.
Yeah?
Oh, that's cool.
Her name's Linda Evans. I don't know if she's listening or not, but she'll
The
probably
Linda
listen.
Evans from the movie Dallas?
Her actual name is Linda Childers Evans.
Oh.
She moved. She sold her house in Midlothian. She's a Southwest Airlines flight attendant.
Well, there you go.
You just run with all
5
the women,
seconds.
don't you?
I tell you.
Yeah, that's why they call him the stud. Don Carl Nia says, love, peace, and soul.
All over the world, join hands. Put all the bad in the back. Rock on down the road. In a new Acura from Highly Acura, we're here today live till noon, 820 and Riverside. And I think the sprinklers are going off on the roof. I don't really think it's raining outside. It's like a commercial. You know, if you look at the commercials really well, you'll see the back area is dry and you see all the rain coming down. I think it's just the sprinkler system over the dealership.
And they're having fireworks on the roof, too.
That's right. So come on out. Highly Acura of Fort Worth. Get all their specials online at highlyacura.com. That's highlyacura.com from the Integra, MDX, RDX, TLX. And they've got some great APRs. And let me tell you, David Gomez, managing partner here, has been a dear friend of mine for many, many years, is moving iron. Whether it's new, pre-owned, certified pre-owned, they want them gone. Then you got Dean back in service, making sure all your service needs are taken care of. You don't have to go out and buy these extreme luxury brands to get good pricing and great service. You get it all right here at Highly Acura Fort Worth. Online all the time at highlyacura.com.
Well, this is a good time to come and test drive a vehicle to see how it handles in the rain and stuff. Good time for that.
Yep. So let's talk about something that's been all over the news about these lawsuits and this case law about all the monies these agents are making. And I know that I just sold a house and bought a house, and they made almost $46,000 between both transactions. There's a lot of scuttlebutt about what they can do and can't do. It looks like there's X amount of realtors who are just bailing and getting out. You know, their hands have been tied on how much money they can make. Let's kind of just clear the scuttlebutt out. What's going on, Harmon?
Well, this is called the Sitzer-Burnett NAR lawsuit. And what happened is a few plaintiffs got together and sued the NAR about commissions being not negotiable. Well, they've always been negotiable. And so the other part of it is that they were complaining that agents that were representing the buyers in the transaction were leading them only to the highest commissioned sales, which is not true. Well, there may have been in some cases. You've got a few bad actors in every business. But what's happened is they have agreed, come to a settlement after a judgment on this thing, that they're going to now not post the commissions that the selling agent is willing to give up to the buying agent on the MLS. They can't put it on the MLS. So that way that the buyer's agent can't steer them to the most affordable or most expensive.
They just go down and look at the best rate that they
just
can
go
get.
look at
I'll take this one.
Now look, on my particular website, you can go in and click on one of the buttons that says I'm a buyer, and it'll bring you up on the MLS, and you can plug in the numbers you want and the houses you want and the parameters to find out the house you want. And then I have an obligation just to go show you that house.
And it's up to the realtor is, will I accept this amount of commission to sell the house?
What they have to do is
let's say instead of 6%, I said, hey, Harmon, I want you to help me in the house. I'm going to give you 3%. Then
I would say if that's something I could do and we could negotiate a settlement, I'd say yes, well, we can do it.
Okay.
If I say I can't do that and make a profit and make my overhead, I'm going to have to charge you 5%.
Okay.
Are we agreeable on that? Well, no, can you do 4%? It's always been negotiable. It's not just 6%. A lot of people make you think that it is, and the reason for that is because a lot of these larger brokerages have a big expense.
Right.
Okay? So they have to charge a little bit more than what the smaller guy like myself would do. So in my particular case, I'm very negotiable. I'm ready to...
national advertising is extremely expensive, and it has to come from somewhere.
If the buyer doesn't get approved to buy the house, nobody's going to get paid.
Right.
Seller's not going to pay him for not buying the house. So it starts with the buyer. The buyer's got to go in and be affordable, be able to get approved for a certain amount of money to go in and make an offer on a home.
So do you think it's going to limit the amount of people that are actually, when they're below 6%, that are even going to be interested in trying to help? Is this going to be your startup, your new fresh people in the business that are trying to build a portfolio, trying to get clientele more so than the big boys that are out there going, is 6% or nothing?
I think it's going to level the field.
Do you?
Uh-huh. It's going to make it a little bit more, people are going to be more educated on what they can do and what they can't do. And it's always been negotiable. A lot of people just have...
Yeah, because everybody, the public has covered 6% in the books. Yeah. Like, it's got to be 6%.
Yeah, it doesn't. It can be 7%.
And it's always been negotiable.
It's always been negotiable.
Wow.
Always. I've been in this business 50 years.
I bet you we should have known that a few months ago. Huh?
So...
Well, it's a little bit different, and even though I negotiate everything, these homes that we sold a couple years ago, there was so much equity that you're just doing cartwheels, and you take your eye off that ball for a minute and realize, you could have picked up an extra $10,000, $15,000 if you would have kept your eye on the ball. Because I've got buddies that, I'm making $300,000 on my $400,000, whatever it is, and they're going, oh, wait a minute, instead of 6, I could have done 4 and picked up another 15, 20, 30 grand based on, what you're selling the house for.
Or you could have had that extra point or two to do repairs on what are you going to do, or roll it into the next house. Or you could have maybe helped the other agent with some extra commission. There's some flexibility in that.
Harmon, you've joined our crew of Know Before You Go. This is great information
Absolutely.
for people to know about homes and all the things that they, before they get involved to do anything, they need to get in touch with you.
There's one other big deal that comes through on this lawsuit that they've agreed to do. And this has been in effect since about 94, 95. The buyer's broker and the buyer must agree in a written contract they're going to be represented. And in that contract, they specifies how much that buyer is going to pay that buyer's broker.
Huh.
Now, that's killing first-time buyers and killing VA people, because VA won't let their customers be paying out more money. They're limited on what they can pay the broker in their closing costs. So it's making it difficult for a couple of those types of lenders to continue doing business.
But overall, it's a better thing in generality.
Well, it's going to protect me as an agent, because I don't want to sit here and be running you around all over town showing you 10 houses and you say, well, I just decided not to do it. Well, you agreed to pay me 3% or 2% or 1% when we close the house. That's still not going to help. But at the same time, commissions are negotiable as a percentage, or they're negotiable as a fixed payment. It's not always a percentage. You can charge whatever is equal. Let's say you go in, a buyer goes in and he gets approved for $300,000 home. And let's say that you're going to hire this agent to show you these homes, and the agent's going to say, okay, you're approved for $300,000. 3% is what I usually get for my commissions, or 2%, whatever it is. Well, let's just go ahead and you agree to pay me $9,000 when it closes. Well, I won't have that kind of money, because I've got to come up with down payment. I got to come up with closing costs. I don't have it. So you may have to work out another arrangement somehow to get them to be able to help you out. And a lot of times they'll say, well, then give me, just if you'll pay me $3,000 up or $2,000 up front just to represent you, non-refundable, then you go through and you take your chances on whether you can get the commission on the other side.
So it's a contract based on negotiation. Like if you said, I'll do 2%, but I want $1,000 under this contract for showing you all these homes.
Right, you can do that.
And that way, if you decide not to buy it, you're still going to pay me $1,000 for representing you for during this time frame.
For my time
now.
Expertise, right.
That's fantastic. Though.
Yeah, I would too. I mean, I know that we had realtors at one time. We looked at almost 30 homes, and every one of them put a number on the house, and we said, okay, we'll take it. And then I get a phone call. Well, they just offered 10 grand more. No. You posted at this number. I just gave it to you. Well, now we're taking bids. Click.
Right.
I just hang on. I'm not getting a bidding war. When I put a car out for sale and I say I want to sell the car for 20 grand, you show it with 20 grand. I know I'm going to hang on to it. I'll see if somebody wants to pay 21.
Somebody called a couple of days ago offering 22, but they got to get back with me, so you're holding off on that. Right?
And I get that's what the market was bearing, but I would tell somebody, if you listed a house at 600, you want a 650, why don't you frickin' ask 650 for it, But, this back and forth. And so on the 31st home, we closed on a home.
A lot of people coming from California, other states that have large equities in the homes they're selling and moving to Texas, they got a lot of money just to blow. And they're just overbidding just to get it. That's what they're doing. And it drove prices crazy.
Yeah, we looked at a home, and the guy comes in behind us. He goes, look, I'll give you 50 grand over your asking price from the West Coast if you shut this thing down right now. And I get a phone call going, sir, it's off the market. Well, this guy came in with 50 grand more, $50,000 more for this house. I went, no way.
Yeah.
And this guy told me he sold a 1,700 square foot home in San Francisco for $1.9 million.
Yeah.
And he had all this cash, and he goes, you know what? I'm buying this house for just 2.5 times bigger than mine for this much money. I am in. In fact, I'll give you some extra.
And they don't care.
He still got cash to boot.
Still got $1 million in the bank.
Yeah.
And what does that do? That affects everybody's tax roll.
It's really affected the
because those numbers are all recorded what the house sold for.
Right.
They're not?
No. You don't know what it's recorded unless you go to the MLS. MLS, they record it, but at the courthouse, they don't. So the only thing they record at the courthouse is the deed of trust.
Well, how does that affect? Wouldn't that affect the taxes, though?
It would affect the taxes. You got to get in the tax rolls and check the taxes and see what the tax rate they've appraised it for. Tax
so
rate.
If everybody in your neighborhood is selling for 25 to 50 grand over, your tax is going up.
Most likely, yes. Yeah. Now they've got that larger exemption now for homestead that they've given here in Texas, 100,000, I think it is. Yeah.
Well, it's hurt the Texas residents because even though they might sell their home to go buy another one, they've got to put that money they just made in another home. They're not going to really come out that great.
It's put a lot of people out of the buying market.
Right, exactly.
214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. When we get back, don't go anywhere because we're going to jump into what's going on in the used car market and get everybody up to date for everyone that's going up out shopping, because I know we're going to have a break in the rain. It's going to pick back up later in the day. I don't have my Harold Taft hat on. A lot of people don't know who Harold Taft is.
He was a weatherman.
That's right. He was
the man for the longest here in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Yep, everything was done with markers.
Back in the great
days. No green wall.
Right.
Here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show, what is going on in the used car market? Some really, really interesting numbers that are going to benefit you, the consumer, when we get back. 214-787-1190. I'm Kurt Chase. Joining us today, Harmon Robinson. Always with us, the great Big Wheels Bo Carver. We'll be right back.
All these pop-ups you get over here. Let's see what we got here. Rock. They should have the volume up. Playing a little rock and roll. Y'all can't hear it, but I can.
But last Saturday we had your son tuned in.
Really?
Yeah, he joined us for a little bit.
Cool.
I was hoping he'd call in, talk a little bit about his company.
He's supposed to be racing today, but I don't think they're going to race that today.
If you're out mudding, it'd be a good day.
It would be a great day for mudding. I wouldn't put my truck through that.
Nope. I wouldn't do it.
I'm going to put my Acura ILX out there in the mud.
Do it.
Hey, we need to get the guy to look at that while we're here.
Okay.
Here we go.
Grab one of these salespeople here. They're good at price. Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you get his car appraised? Yeah. He's got an ILX out front.
If you want to.
He said he'd give you $1,000 to do it.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. Yes, out front.
Ask and you shall receive.
Beautiful. That's why everybody needs to go to theautomotiveedge.com, because you get with service through Kurt Chase.
I told my wife my middle name is Gets. She didn't like that. So what does that mean? I went, Kurt Gets.
Kurt Gets.
She goes, you're ridiculous.
Yeah, she hears that. I'm sure he hears that a lot from her.
Yeah, I hope she's out there being safe. She's out running cars for me today with my son. And then you know what? My son closed on his house Monday. I couldn't be more proud of him. 24 years old, built a new home out in
Cool.
off 287.
Yeah.
And today's his moving day.
Oh, no.
Is this Colton's house?
Zachary.
Oh, congratulations, Zach.
Yeah, that's second baby. And
Boy, they've grown a lot
yep.
in a short time.
Man, I listen to this song every day just about. Even though
great.
it's not September.
That's quick.
It'll be there soon.
$500,000.
214-787-1190. That's 214-787-1190. And boy, did I call that one wrong. The heavens have opened, but you know what? We're going to be crying for rain here in a couple of months. So let's get all we can get right
God
now
just
so we
showed
don't
you.
have restrictive watering again.
God just showed you who was in charge.
That's right. Hey, this segment of the show is brought to you by not 6-time, not 7-time, but what, Bo?
8 times in a row, back to back to back to back to back to back. I think I counted that. It was real fast.
You missed it by 2. El Dorado Chevrolet, 8-time Chevy Dealer of the Year. Congratulations to Mark Welch, Jazz Gill, Jason Long, Rusty, and the whole gang out there. And what does that tell you? It's not about selling the most cars. It's about being the best as you're selling cars. Big difference. Yeah, they sell a lot of cars. I mean, they're one of the top Chevy dealers around. But you know what? They want that service to where you tell people about where you bought your car, and you come back and buy a car, and another generation buys a car. They don't want to just sell you one. They want to sell your friends and family one, and they do it from hello to congratulations and everything in between. $8,000 off of Chevy Silverados before rebates, $5,200 off of Equinox before rebates, and it goes on and on and on. The place, ElDoradoChevy.com. That's ElDoradoChevy.com. Or head to 75 and 380. Right next door, Tommy Melton, my good buddy, selling the new CX-90. You talking about a family traveling vehicle to get you around? You need to stop in and drive the new Mazda CX-90. All at one place. You got new Mazda, new Chevrolet, Justin Griffin there at the pre-owned center, taking care of your automotive needs. Start online at ElDoradoChevy.com. That's ElDoradoChevy.com. And while you're waiting for your car to get appraised, they have a barber shop.
And you know what? Jason might make you something. I mean, he's a fantastic artist at putting things together leather-wise, whatever. Just ask him. He might even make you a wallet or a bag.
That's right. You never know what you're going to get at El Dorado Chevrolet. 8-time Chevy Dealer of the Year. 380 and 75. Just take the 121 or the George Bush, and you are there. Or online all the time at ElDoradoChevy.com. So here's the deal with what's going on in the used vehicle market. You know, the numbers are changing a little bit. So the headlines come out and it said in March that it went down 1.5%, and then in across the board. And then another came out, so it was 8%. Another one came out, said 11% across the board. What a lot of people need to remember is during COVID, the market was up over 25%. So as these numbers are coming down and we're seeing it, it's not as bad as what people think because it was up over 20%. So the numbers are still up, still above the averages. And the hot spot are the cars, the sedans under $25,000. That market is on fire right now. Why? Graduation's right around the corner. Whether they're graduating college or they're graduating high school or they're going their senior year of high school, moms and dads are buying more pre-owned cars than ever before. And then you have to kind of look around because when you look and you see that you have the Nissan Sentra under $21,000, the Nissan Versa under $20,000. There's a lot of great cars out there. You got your Civics and your Corolla all under, $25,000. There's some great buys out there new. The month stalled in March, and there was one reason for it. Taxman. The taxman cometh, and everybody figured out what they were going to pay or what they were going to get. A lot of people filed extensions more than ever before. And so we had that little bit of a lull in March. Now, April, things are picking up again, and they are on fire. But here's the big market. CPOs, certified pre-owned, is, off the hook. A lot of the car dealers are running out of CPOs because the lease returns aren't coming back near what they were before because a lot of people refinanced their leases, more so than I've ever seen before. And there was some that had a lot of equity that we've never seen before. This is the first time in my 36 years in the auto industry that I saw thousands and thousands of dollars of equity in a lease. A lot of times you just handed them keys, dropped it off at the dealer, you signed your odometer, and then you had to wait for your reconditioning bill. What did the bank charge to recondition it? Then they turned around and started sending inspectors out, or you went to the inspector, they inspected your car, and then you got a bill from, estimated bill from the bank going, hey, it's going to cost you $1,000 to redo it, or $1,500, or you need to put new tire, whatever it is, or we're going to charge you for it. And then there was a lot of leases that built in money, anywhere from $1,200 to $1,600 of reconditioning fees at the time of signing. But on the big part of it, there's so many people that walked away with $4,000 or $5,000. Bo did really well on his lease return, and there was so many checks being cut. And just think about that. They were making that kind of money over residual, and then the dealer would certify it and then put it on the lot and still make money. Well, it started to back off just a little bit, but you still want to know whether your lease has profit in it or not. Just don't hand him the keys and walk away. And I've told the story a dozen times. The guy handed the keys, and he called me up, and I praised it. He had $8,000 in equity. And he went up to the dealer on Monday going, hey, I want my keys back. No, buddy, you already signed that car over. You're not getting anything. And he called me up. I'm hiring an attorney. I said, don't waste your money. You need to know before you go, and you wouldn't have put yourself in that position. So the CPOs are doing well, and why are they doing so well? Because there's such a big gap between CPO and new. Pre-COVID, they were very close. During COVID, well, there wasn't any new car inventory, so CPOs were through the roof. They were as much or more than what a brand new car was because what they were getting for new cars, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $10,000 over sticker, and raising the price and the profitability of the CPOs. Well, that has all cooled down. The CPOs are getting harder to find. The new car prices are coming down with all the incentives that are out there. What does that do? It affects the resale value of your trade-in, other than pickup trucks. Remember, even at El Dorado with $8,000 off, trucks are still bringing great resale value because we're in the truck capital of the United States, and dealers want trucks on their lot. Everybody does well with pickup trucks on their lot. Even if you have a luxury brand and somebody's on their website shopping and they see a good deal on a pickup truck, they're going to wind up selling pickup trucks. That's the only category that you can remove from this scenario. But with the slowdown of tax money being spent, it's elevated the used car market pretty well, where the inventory is getting up there. Resale value is still okay. On the other side, the CPO market is off the chart because of the massive separation that we have now. We're talking about $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 difference between a CPO and a new car based on where you're buying it and how they mark it up, but that's on average. And people are grabbing those cars with this mindset of depreciation on a new car. So if you're looking for an automobile and you're not really sure what to do, let me just tell you, go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt, leave me your name and number, and I will call you right when we get off air and point you in the right direction with the right people doing it the right way. But there's too many people still calling me after the fact, and let me just tell you, even though I've been doing this 36 years, I ran dealerships for many years, I don't have the power to call a dealer up and go unwind the car deal. Doesn't work that way. Now, if you're out on a BVA or a BCA, which is a barred vehicle agreement, barred car agreement, you have a way out.
How often does that happen? What's the percentage of that? Pretty low, isn't it?
Pretty low. Yeah, the dealers want everything, jammed up jelly tight when you leave the dealership. Right. They want everything done. And if you got copies of your paperwork and you're driving off the lot, you are an owner. And a lot of people think, I'm going to go by the 72-hour law. That's only under certain circumstances that even applies. So before you press hard 3 copies and leave that dealership, make sure you fully understand, you're aware, and you know what's going on. Otherwise, don't do it. And then call me. You know, I get cursed at. You wouldn't believe how many times I get cursed at going, all you guys are the same. Well, that's just not true. And that's why you need to take a deep breath when you're doing it to go, yes, this is the deal. Because the worst part of the car business is buyer's remorse for you and for the dealer. So once you buy it, and I have so many people that are trying to trick me now, they're going, well, hey, could you tell me the value on this and the value on that? And I always ask them, have you bought it yet? Well, what does that matter? Well, it already tells me they did, and now they want me to be the bearer of good news or the bearer of bad news.
I don't even know why people do that, because why wouldn't you know before you go? That's your mantra. Why don't you just figure that out before you go and make the decision?
Do you like it? Is it affordable?
That's what he asked them.
Yep.
That's it.
And that's it.
And you know what they say? Well, I trusted them. There's nothing wrong with trust, but trust the deal that you're doing. Make sure that you've crossed your T's and you've dotted your I's. The best way to do that is go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt, and let me get involved and make sure. We just had a lady the other day, and we got her interest rate dropped down 5 points and $3,000 more on her trade. Do the math. You figure each point's about $10. That's $50 a month on 72 months, plus $3,000 more on her trade. She walked away saving $7,000 by making a phone call. Hey, Kurt, I picked your number off the website and help me through this. She called me the next day and she goes, my husband and I want to know what we can do for you. I said, handshake, hug, or repair. I'll take all 3.
And that goes for, the value of your trade or your vehicle that you'd like to sell, or body work if you need some place to go for that, or any kind of mechanic work. Don't just leave it to chance. Go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt, and say, hey, just give me a call. I got a couple of questions about a couple of things, and he'll give you a buzz and help you out. No charge.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people go, all right, where is it going? Where is it? When's it coming? No charge. This is not going to, we're here to help.
You hear the old pay me now, pay me later. Oh, you're just going to be paying
20 seconds.
Time. Let's do it the right way. 214-787-1190. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Golly, I saw a video of him the other day. Terrible.
Who'd you see a video of? Who's that? Who'd you see a video of? I wasn't listening to what was playing. I was playing something else. And thanks, everybody. Now, I want to remind y'all that we're on our last segment here on the Talk Radio 1190 radio station, and we're going to be flipping gears after this next break. We'll be flipping to the other radio station, 97.1 FM The Freak. That's an iHeartMedia Network station as well here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. So we'll be shutting down our Facebook and YouTube feed, rebooting it for that 97.1 FM The Freak. So hope you'll come back with us. You'll get a notification if you're a follower of the Automotive Edge radio show Facebook page. You'll get a notification that we're back up. So hopefully you'll tune back in and join us on that 97.1 FM The Freak. And Will Sakala, good morning. Will Sakala says, good morning, guys. Heard you had a great dinner last night. Hope you enjoyed it. Kurt was bragging about it a little earlier. There we go. What's that? What'd you do? What'd you do?
I don't know.
Am I supposed to be looking at something?
It's on the Automotive Edge. It's not the video of the show.
Well, you started jacking with it.
It's my phone.
Well, I tell you. The old thing is, when you're buying books and send them to school, and I can't say the rest.
Kiss the teacher.
Yeah, that's not the way I heard it.
More prominent nowadays than you know.
Yeah.
All right, see if we can get you back on. There he is.
Did you say we got Will Sakala on?
Will Sakala's there, buddy.
Man, he stepped out on a big surprise last night. Oh, Will had cappuccino pie. I mean, he's just old meat and potato guy.
15 seconds.
He didn't like to venture out down on the wild side, but he ate that cappuccino pie. I was impressed.
He said, yes, it was. And Wesley Stewart from Florida is tuned in. Says, morning, Bo and Kurt with the American flag.
Hello, Wesley.
We would like to take this time to say thank you for flying with us today here on the AutomotiveEdge.com Flight 101.
Too much property.
Please extinguish all cigarettes and cigars.
Maybe a half
Place
acre
your
at
seats in the
that.
upright position and fasten your
He doesn't want a
seatbelt.
lot. He just
Please
wants
do
a
not
piece of
try to
property
exit through the
to
exit
put
door.
about a 2,000 square foot barnum on. That's close to the lake, but he doesn't need all that. That's what he's getting rid of.
Warning. The information heard here on the
drove out
Automotive
there
Edge radio
with
show
the
may
sale,
lead you to
we
find
had
a
a
wealth of knowledge that could possibly save you time and money.
And he didn't want
If any of this
probably
information
clearing trees or
causes you to
anything,
be
just
bothered or
property.
upset,
There you go.
please
Yeah.
sit back,
They can build
relax,
his own deal on.
take a deep breath, and seek immediate help. Now, here's your host of the Automotive Edge radio show, Kurt Chase.
214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. Now, here at 10 o'clock, we're going to shut everything down, and we're going to flip over to 97.1 FM. That's 97.1 FM, and keep things rolling. We're here today live, highly accurate Fort Worth, right here at 820 in Riverside, at the corner of 820 and 35. Come on out, meet David Gomez and his staff for the RLX, the TLX, the MDX, the Integra. Great people. This is sport luxury at its best. I don't know how it gets any better because I love the luxury part of it, but I love the sporty, aggressive feel of driving an Acura, and I've owned several, and I wish I could have my red one back. I miss that car. I do.
So is everybody else.
Yeah. I miss it. I want it back. And I searched the United States. I couldn't find another one. Don't make that same mistake. Highly Accurate Fort Worth, online all the time at highlyaccurate.com. Well, we're going to get things wrapped up. Harmon Robinson took time to come out and see us, and go to harmonrobinson.com and get him involved in your mortgage situations. You know, there's so many people that are sending you all this stuff in the mail and everything. I've known Harmon for over 20 years now, huh?
20 years.
Yeah. And his son, Tracy, was our parts manager, and it took a little while, and Tracy has to kind of rub off on you, but finally we had a Sunday go-to meeting, and he rubbed off on me. I don't know how he feels about it, but we came to a mutual agreement.
He gets a big grin on his face when I mention it.
Yeah. Tracy has his way, and then there's his way.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, real quick, is if something happens, let's be proactive with harmonrobinson.com and said, hey, I'm in a situation here. Don't wait till you can help.
Right.
Don't get to the point of no return.
Right. When you know you're going to miss that mortgage payment and you don't foresee any way you're going to be able to make it up, that's the time to contact me.
That's right. So are you able, if somebody calls you and wants to know, hey, I'm in the pickle barrel here, not really sure what to do, are you able to estimate how do you find the value of that home to tell them kind of where they're sitting?
I'll do a CMA, and that's comparative market analysis. And that gives you an idea of what homes in this area, LKQ, like, kind, and quality, in his area are selling for or have sold for in the last 30 to 60 days. And that'll give you an idea about what yours is worth.
Yeah, instead of just handing the keys, throwing your hands up in there, your credit's destroyed.
Right.
And even trying to get an apartment these days with bad credit's tough.
Very hard.
So you don't want to basically throw yourself out on the streets.
Right.
Is what you're doing.
If you want to avoid that public foreclosure, it's a whole lot easier to get an apartment to rent to you.
Yep.
So that way they know you're trying to take care of business.
Right.
And they won't be left holding the bag also.
So you give us the best advice and how people get in touch with you. You don't want to be left out in the cold, or maybe not realize how much equity you have, and you can actually walk away with money, which you've been able to help people with before.
Exactly. Sure have. A lot of money. $150,000 the last time.
$150,000.
Yeah. The last time. That was about 3 weeks ago.
And if they hadn't met you, they'd have handed the keys and walked away.
That's it, and they'd lost it all.
Wow. That's a lot of coin.
That's a lot of coin.
I mean,
Well, people really need to know what's going on like they do in the automobile business. Like you need to let them know like we do. They need to be listening to you because this is important stuff that could make or break their life.
A lot of people are just embarrassed about it, and they don't want to talk to anybody.
That's a bad
They just
thing,
don't.
huh?
And it's an embarrassing situation.
And we have that too with people maybe not have really good credit. They're embarrassed by it, so they just go and kind of throw themselves at the mercy of the dealership or whatever, and they shouldn't do that.
Right.
That's what we try to help them out here.
That's why they call Kurt and you.
That's right.
well, the thing about it is finding that person. It's so important because, there's always weasels in the woodpile.
Oh, yeah.
There's always wolves in sheep clothing. And I've known Harmon for over 20 years, and if I was in that position, I would have no problem picking up the phone going, hey, Harmon, I need some help.
If I can help you, I'll help you. If I can't, I'll tell you.
That's right. And so pick up, if it's your mom, your dad, a neighbor or friend, and you're aware of it, HarmonRobinson.com, and just get him involved. If it looks like you're going to be in trouble, you lost your job or you were laid off, whatever the situation is, be proactive instead of reactive because reactive can cost you a fortune.
Absolutely.
And it's HARMONRODI. Huh?
ROBINS.
Oh, I put
1
the D
minute.
in there.
It's all
Sorry, I was supposed to have been a B. I apologize.
Well, my fingers are fat, too.
BINSON.
Yes.
That's my bad.
No problem.
HarmonRobinson.com. Harmon, thanks for coming out and joining us here on the show today.
Enjoyed it.
I'm telling you, start now. Just talk to him. And if it's buying a home, whatever the case may be, he's got it all. HarmonRobinson.com.
Let's do it.
You can't go wrong. Let me tell you what, if he can raise Tracy Robinson, he can darn sure take care of your home. I guarantee you that. Everybody, we're going to shut things down. We're flipping over to 97.1 FM. Everybody on Facebook, you're going to need to reboot us because we're going to take this down. And the reason we do that is sends out alerts to everybody that's been joining us on Facebook where we are, and then all the newcomers on YouTube now that we're live. Coming back on the radio show. So we're going to shut it down. Thanks for joining us on 1190 KFXR, part of the iHeartMedia Network. But we got 2 more hours here live, highly accurate Fort Worth. So don't go away. We're going to shut things down, and we'll be right back.